What's good, future millionaires? We back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, here to share my insights to the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors. Salute to y'all for pulling up on the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up like button for the YouTube algorithm and do not forget to subscribe. So take a look at this, man. Shiba Inu on a second day of some beautiful gains, man. But first off, let's take a look at the overall market cap. We are sitting at 2.32 trillion, inching closer and closer to that $3 trillion market cap level. So if you haven't seen yesterday's videos or live streams, I highly suggest you go check that out. We covered a lot of important information. But right now we're sitting at 1.3% overall. The fear and greed index is creeping up. This is an indicator that you want to keep an eye on because it'll let you know how the overall market is feeling. Are they optimistic? Are they pessimistic? And you can use this as a gauge to, whether to start selling or just to expect that selling will start to occur, or to start buying, or to even start buying at a heavier pace once you see the market is more fearful. So keep that in mind. When the market is fearful, it's time to be greedy. When the market is greedy, that is when it's time to be fearful. So that's when a lot of people use, as far as entry and exit points. Fear is a good entry. Greed is a good exit point. So, keep that in mind for the short-term traders, long-term investors. You don't really got to worry about that as much, especially if you're on like a 5, 10, 15, 20-year timeline. Then, that doesn't really, you don't really have to worry about that in the meantime. So Bitcoin at 65,943. So flirting with that 66K mark. I think we did briefly cross that earlier today. Let's see. So we did get a $66,397 Bitcoin earlier today before it pulled back a little bit to where it's sitting at now. We got the overall market cap on Bitcoin sitting at 1.3 trillion. Volume today is down 14% on Bitcoin after a lot of strong activity yesterday. So the volume is sitting around, what is that? 31 billion in volume today. So let's take a look at how Ethereum is performing. So we can start to understand if we start to see all the volume tapering off on the top assets, that can likely start to weigh on the other markets. So let's see. Let me adjust this so y'all can see this part here. Okay, so with Ethereum, we got a market cap of 324 billion, up 2.65% on the day. Volume is down 1.93%. So Ethereum holding, pretty much from where it was yesterday, not pulling back too much. Actually up, but volume not pulling back too much. Let's see, BNB at $609.75, up 1.95% on the day and up 7.2% on the week. If you haven't heard, founder of Binance, CZ, has been released from jail today after serving 4 months for basically, like, I think they said like money laundering, like, how they the FBI or whoever's in charge, SEC, of financial crimes, how they come when they come for the crypto CEOs. So basically crimes in that realm. I believe he agreed to pay a large fine and also do the 4 months, and now he's being released. So it was down earlier before picking back up. I remember seeing earlier it was down a little bit at the time he was released. Now it's back up. So up 2% slightly. We got market cap of 88 billion. Volume right now is up 3.8% at $2.1 billion in volume. So right now the crypto market is shining. They're saying Shiba Inu could have, possibly sparked something. Of course, the Bitcoin, holding strong and not really rallying, but it's holding strong this week and giving some nice gains for this week and also on top of last week's numbers. With that taking place, with Bitcoin leading the blue chips, Shiba Inu leading the meme coins, is pushing the market in a good direction, especially when it comes to the Fed lowering interest rates. Right now it's like the perfect storm brewing for altcoin season, especially with October right around the corner, with it being historically one of the best months for crypto. And a lot of people from the last bull run, October 2021, peak of Shiba Inu, a lot of people are expecting something exciting to happen this time. So this is the time. This is what we're seeing taking place. People entering these positions right now in preparation, expecting something to happen. You don't want to wait too long. It's not financial advice, not telling you to buy, sell, hold, trade, do whatever, but you don't want to wait till after the main news has passed, because remember, buy the rumor, sell the news. In case this does start to see a short rally, likely a lot of people are going to start to take profit at the point the news drops, or whatever, let's say by mid-October or the end of October, once a lot of those people who are looking for October to be a bullish month, if it's not, they will start to close out positions. Even if it is a bullish month and they got those gains, a lot of people will start to try to lock them in. So you just want to be prepared, have those buys in already, also have a strategy in place. What will you do? If this, then that, if this, then that, have different scenarios played out. So that way, if the market does rally, you know what to do, whether it's taking profits, holding strong, because sometimes you can see those numbers go crazy and it can be hard to, not want to take something. So you can stand firm, you can say, hey, this is what I plan to trade and I'm going to stick to trading my plan. So, have that idea mapped out, and in case if the market does, begin to pull back, what will you do in that case? You want to have that mapped out as well. So I'm rambling, but just wanted a lot of new people to the channel, so I want to make sure they at least hear this information. But XRP 58 cents right now, still kind of flat. Doge right now 12 cents. We got it up 5.7% on the day. Shout out to the Doge Army, holding strong, $18 billion market cap. Let's take a look at that, because Doge is also a very important coin for us to pay attention to when it comes to our indication of what's going to happen with the rest of the meme coin market, because a lot of the meme coin market follows, especially Shiba Inu. It receives sympathy from Doge. So up 5.6%. We got the volume down 4.8% at $1.3 billion right now. So it is pulling back slightly. When we start to see the volume pulling back on all the coins, it could be a sign that things could start to taper off. So just keep that in mind, because things don't just continue to go up each day forever. Not saying it's just going to pull back right now, but just keep that in mind. Time coin, $6.03, up 4.8% on the day, up 9.9% for the week. We got Cardano at 40 cents. Right now up 14.5% for the week, but flat for the day. Tron at 15 cents, up 1% on the day, up 2% for the week. AVAX at $30.66, up 5.5% on the day, 12.3% for the week. And then we got the token of the hour, Shiba Inu, at 13th place by market cap, sitting at 2,082 points per coin, up 10.77% on the day, and up 46% in the last week. Shiba Inu on absolute fire. Shout out to everybody that's been, just a part of this journey, staying down for the come up through the ups and downs, throughout all the FUD, when everyone's saying, hey, Shiba isn't doing anything. Y'all gotta remember, Shiba Inu is one of the OG meme coins. It's up there with Doge. It should be a top 10 cryptocurrency in my opinion, but right now it is a top 13. So, that's not an easy task. Think about all the other coins in the space. There's thousands of coins. For Shiba Inu to be that far up the ladder, understand how powerful this project truly is. If you don't get it, that just means you haven't done enough research on the Shiba Inu project yet. Now, obviously, this is not financial advice, so I'm not telling you gotta go buy some, but just understand that, even when times are tough, like I told y'all with that fear and greed index, when people are losing faith, when they're fudding the project, they're losing hope, they're getting exhausted, you still want to have, a strong belief or conviction in your strong plays like Shiba Inu, because those are the plays that, will really surprise you. Good communities, good development team, solid fundamentals, those projects can take off at any time. So keep that in mind. So let's take a closer look under the hood with Shiba Inu. I just want to jump in to a little technical analysis on this for those that do enjoy it. We got SHIB right now up 10.7% on the day. Market cap sitting at 12.2 billion. Volume is up 5.9%. So Shiba Inu's volume is still climbing, sitting at $1.4 billion in volume. So doing more volume than, projects further, up than, I believe there's more volume than Doge. So, it shows you really strong signs that, Shiba Inu there's something brewing. So right now we got 10% on the day. Let's take a look at trading view. I hate that this doesn't fit inside, like the full frame doesn't fit inside the viewer when I'm recording. Only when I'm on live it does. But I'm gonna try to do this so y'all can see it. Okay, there we go. So let's pull out some of our indicators right now. We see Shiba Inu sitting at that 2,082 points per coin. I talked to y'all yesterday about some of these levels here. So we talked about making those support and resistance areas. One of those areas that we marked out was looking at this resistance area here. And I told y'all, you know, look at those previous, I mean, not resistance area, but support area here. So let me mark this out so y'all can see it. Notice we got an area where we see strong support in this range here. So seeing that, that's what we talked about yesterday. We talked about the price continuing to rally, but possibly seeing some resistance once it reaches back in this range right here. Remember, previous supports can become new resistance. If the price trades below it, it will have to fight its way back up. Also, look at the area here. We can see it also had some resistance in this area. So this is what lets us know that we want to pay attention to these areas as important areas in the chart, because remember I talked to y'all, when I said this, I said the price likes to move like a magnet to these key support and resistance areas. It's not like 100% true statement, but a lot of times we see that play out. We see some type of, you know, support or resistance, some buying pressure or selling pressure at these key support and resistance areas. So knowing that this was a key resistance area right around where we seen it being a key support area, we could likely, you know, expect that around this area here would be where we start to see some resistance. And when we expect that, we can know that we might see some selling pressure in this area from short-term traders, people looking to make a quick profit, which that's all a part of the game. So you can't be mad at that, because there's long-term, you know, investors, mid-term, short-term, and there's also traders. There's day traders, swing traders, you know, people who, you know, are literally in and out of an asset within, you know, 5 minutes of a trade. You know, they're looking to scalp it. They're buying in on a quick pullback, looking to capitalize on a rebound. So, you know, there's all different type of strategies. So you just have to understand that and be prepared for, you know, all those different strategies. So that way you can, you know, just be prepared in case, you know, someone does, or the overall market begins to sell off or they begin to buy, you don't feel panicked. You know already, you know, what you planned out and what you're going to continue to do. So that's looking good right there. Also, we can pull up our RSI, take a look at the relative strength index to see, you know, do we think this trend is going to likely, you know, continue? Because we did do it. Take that off. You know, we did get a nice breakout of this area here. You know, above that support area. So what happens when we violate one of these trend lines? Also, let me throw a couple more up here. So when we violate these trend lines, that tells us the price is likely to, you know, go in the other direction. So notice during this whole time, price is trading down, down, down along this trend. But the moment it breaks outside of this trend, it does consolidate and trade sideways for a minute, but eventually we get it moving to the upside. Notice how, you know, it essentially respected this trend line here. Whether it, you know, didn't move all the way up to the trend line, but it still respected this area. And some people would make their trend line from the wick, which this area, some people call it a shadow, some people call it a wick. Some people are extended from that area, and some people use what's called the real body of the candle, which some people might say from this area. And once the price breaks outside of here is when they, you know, would have had their signal. So let me mark these areas so y'all can see that also. So this area here, once the price steps outside of this trend line here, that's a signal for a lot of traders to go, you know, long, to be really confident. And notice how this candle right along that range you know, it was a lot of strong buying pressure during this area. So this is why, you know, everyone, you know, we seen confidence in this candle here. So notice that, remember I talked to y'all about the size of the candles. The size of the candle can let you determine how confident the market movement was when it came to that. When we see the market confident in its movement, so when you see a candle this size compared to all these smaller candles, look at these smaller candles. All these little bitty candles, all these little bitty candles in here. And then notice we got this giant candle that came out. That tells you there's a lot of confidence moving to the upside. So as a trader, it's a smart move, especially for a short-term trader, to enter a trade after this movement or as you see this candle closing. So, you know, joining in on this candle here, a lot of traders would have took this position, you know, right in this area. Some people would have just, you know, very technical traders could have probably waited right until it crossed, until it violated this trend line, especially seeing it stepped outside these other trend lines here and looking at the RSI and went long here. But it's all based on how ahead you want to be. You know, do you want to jump the gun or do you want to wait for like second confirmation? So people who like to be early, they will jump as soon as it violates that, or not just as soon as it violates it, but once it closes above the trend line. So a lot of them will really enter this trade here. This was a strong candle. So, you know, you would have got this movement here all the way up to the upside here as a short-term trader. Now imagine someone who has a leveraged position, you know, they're doing 100 times leverage. You know, they could take a small amount of money and make a lot of money with just that small movement right there. So Shiba Inu, you know, giving a lot of, you know, gains out there to the traders. You know, it's replenishing some portfolio balances right now for those that held, those that continue to accumulate. You know, that's what it's all about, you know, buying the dips during those slow periods and having faith in the projects that you believe in. So let's also take a look at this MACD. We got the MACD down here. Zoom in it is. This is another indicator you want to keep an eye on. When you see the price crossing, when you see the price cross this yellow line, so this is the MACD and this yellow line is that signal line. So once you see it cross here, notice how, you know, so you see during this time it went underneath. Once it went underneath, you're waiting for that period where it crosses back above that yellow line. And a lot of people that enter trades in this area, take a look where their buy signals were, or where they, you know, got to get in on the chart. Right in at this area here. I'm drawing an arrow up here and I'll fix the screen so y'all can see it. But take a look. They got to buy it right in this range. You see that arrow that I just added there? This arrow here. So they got to buy in this price range here. You know, around, they got a strong buy signal at that 1,200 points per coin level. And if y'all remember one of my last videos, this is what we were seeing. And it, not the last videos from this week, but, you know, a while back, this is, you know, what we were talking about. We were talking about watch for these different signals and, you know, that things can start to heat up. Don't lose faith because you just see the price pulling back. That's your opportunity to take advantage of those discounts. And those who did take advantage of the discount with us, that's 71%, 70 to 71% gains on any buys that you threw. This is why it's important to buy the dips. This is why I say continue to buy, you know, smaller bags and not smaller bags, but separate bags, which, you know, likely will be smaller. But that way you can make nice gains on those bags as well. This is what it's all about, y'all. Buying, you know, holding, having faith, you know, being a part of the community. Obviously, you're not going to do that with every project. Some projects are meant for just short term. But when it comes to the shibArmy, this is why you don't lose faith, y'all. 70% since September 6th. Around September 6th. So since September 6th, y'all. 70% since then. Also, y'all, this is why it's important just to, you know, keep an eye on the market over a period of time, dollar cost average, and just have faith in those bags. It will pay off 70%, and you know, less than a month from buying the dips. Now, I showed y'all the other day how buying each and every one of these dips along the way, you know, all have become profitable essentially. Every dip, had you bought every dip from every dip all the way back into April 12th has been filled had you bought that dip. You could have bought any one of these dips and been worried about it like, man, I bought the dip, the price is still sinking. I bought the dip, the price is sinking further. And guess what? Had you, you know, continued to DCA and hold to now, you're back in profit. 57% of Shiba Inu investors right now are sitting in profit. It's around 36% right now, I believe the article said, that were not in profit. Leave a comment in the comment section, chat, and let me know if you are in profit right now or out of profit. So now we can look at some of our next resistant areas. So remember, we talked about that 2,600 points per coin level, because this is where we see some strong resistance. So we look at the chart, we look at our look left in the chart, look at our closest resistance point. So we see 2,600 points per coin. We see another one here at around 2,900 points per coin. We also see a little nothing I would be too worried about at 20. So yeah, that's still basically 2,600 points per coin. So 2,600 points per coin is the next target, and then 2,900 points per coin. If we pull back to the downside, then we look at some of those key support areas going back to the downside, which is around 1,800 points per coin. Now I'm looking at, let me look left in the chart. So right around this area here, we see a little resistance, but remember, previous resistance can become new support. So we also want to watch those resistance areas on the way down. So around 1,850 points per coin. Also, if we look left in the chart, we see another very strong support area here. So this is just for those that want to have an idea of, like, you know, what can happen, you know, if it does start to pull back down in that area. So and then further from there, we see around 1,600 points per coin, which is a major resistance point here. Which can become a new support. So just keep that in mind. So those are our targets on the way down. We got 18, 16 on the way up, 26 and 29. I ain't mean to make this one that long, but just really want to take some time to, you know, go over this with y'all. Hopefully you find this information valuable. Leave a like on the video if you're rocking with me. We will be doing a live stream later on, so make sure you got your notifications on. Please do subscribe so that way you get this information first. That way you are not only informed, you're educated, you know, and, you know, sometimes on our live streams, they get a little lit, so pull up. That's all we got for this one. DM me, actually email me if you want a special bonus offer on the courses. Right now, I got a bundle offer for my day trading stock options course. This course will teach you how to day trade options, and not only is the information valuable for options trading, it will also, you know, you can apply these things you learn inside this course to trading crypto as well. So, you know, tap in for that. I got the technical analysis course available right now in that bundle. And also, you can get my crypto one-on-one course for those of y'all that need a well-rounded understanding of cryptocurrencies. You want to learn about the DeFi side of things and just crypto as a whole. Tap in. I got a special bundle offer. StockGoatClass at gmail.com. StockGoatClass at gmail.com. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, and we are out.